tires are not hot, the ESCs are not hot as well. I'd say like 80s, 90s, probably close to, like, I'd say around 90. I'd say the temperature feels about the same. I was going probably the same. The weather today is the same. Everything's the same. So I think the temperature is the same as with the big wheels. So I did 12 miles in 54 minutes. And I still have 10% left. I don't really want to discharge anything below 10%. I wouldn't really go below 20%, but I just had to get home. And I'm at 25%. So I have 15 extra percent on this original 85 millimeter wheels. I just came back home. Surprisingly, I'm at 11.7 miles, but I did exactly same route. I took exactly same turns. Oh, I know what happened. I had one motor loose. This motor came loose because just normal thing. When you swap the wheels and tires, you have to adjust your belt tension. And what I done, I adjusted the belt tension. I tied the screws. There's 4 screws that let the motor slide forward and backwards a little bit for the tension. But on the way, this motor got loose and started wobbling. So I had to walk a little bit because I didn't have the exact tool that I needed to take this thing, this belt cover off, and this is the same tool for the motor mounts. The board actually feels really good. I'd rather not do like the full 12 miles of ride on this. Like right away you have to take a break, because even though you have this foam piece and even though the board flexes, it's still really rough on your legs. I had to take a few breaks because I had a bunch of really bad road on the way, some cracks, some wobbles here and there, some bumps, some lifted curbs. One time I had to really slam on the brakes, and since it's cloud wheels, this is as much traction as you get on the front and back. So like 2 of these triangles or whatever this is touching the ground, and this is as much traction you get. So original wheels, you got the whole tire on the ground, so you get better traction, so it stops a lot better than with these wheels. With these wheels, it just doesn't really want to stop right away. You can really crash with these wheels, especially when it's wet. So be really careful when it's wet. One thing we noticed that we had to trim this belt cover because it doesn't really fit that well, but it's doing its job. It's pretty good actually. 120 millimeter wheels, they are huge, they are big, all-terrain cloud wheels. I don't know if I would recommend them. I would probably go with 100 millimeters. I like the look of 120 and I like the feel of 120, but speed is something I kind of like, an acceleration, so it doesn't accelerate that fast, and it climbs, it keeps on climbing and it goes, but it's just personal preference, I guess. Max speed I got on this is 34 kilometers per hour when I had 10% of the battery. I'm not sure how to switch this to miles per hour yet, but I was going downhill and I topped it out at 34 downhill with 10% of battery. My ride was actually a little bit harder. I had to stop a few times because it wasn't easy at all. It was just too rough on my legs. Some roads were just really bad, and with this smaller tires, that's what happens. So the max speed I got on this on these wheels, I think 26, 27. And about 28 or 29 on the cloud wheels. I don't remember because I was trying to concentrate not to crash. I was surprised that with this board there were no speed wobbles. I'm surprised that the board is under 100 miles and the battery went bad, so we had the battery replaced by exway. It took us some time, but at the same time we got new battery. This is brand new, probably like 4 charge on it maybe. So I done this on the new battery. Old battery had a little bit more miles, but it just it didn't work. It didn't want to get charged, and it was at 0%. So the new battery works really good. I'm at 25%, and there's 2 lights here. So when I click this to switch this off, it goes off, and the board goes off by itself. This is one of the nice things about it. You push it on, powers on, and the board powers on also. I ride in the gear 4 because well, sometimes I want to have more speed, and I got it. Sometimes I want to go slower. Well, I just don't crank this thing all the way up, and I go as fast as I want to go. So I'd say this board can go 15 miles on these wheels. More on a straight road. I had to climb some hills. Belts are still in good shape. There's a puncture right here, I can tell, and looks to be good all around. The other one has nothing. They have about 100 miles on them now. Well, you guys have a safe rides.